beginning of a new journey. These young men have dreamed of this day since the moment they first picked up a basketball.
It is an inexact science in Philadelphia. They have 3 first-round picks tonight.
The first pick in the 2016 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Ben Simmons.
I'm happy that Sixers chose me. It's a great city, and I'm looking forward to getting to Philly.
With the second pick, the Los Angeles Lakers select Brandon Ingram from Duke University.
So as expected, Simmons has gone to Philadelphia. Ingram has gone to the Lakers.
We're probably going to see some teams take some gamble.
Well, the draft board had an international flavor and was far from predictable. Plenty of surprises along the way in Brooklyn on Thursday night. We'll try to make sense of it for you over the next 90 minutes. Hi out there, everybody. It's our draft review show here on NBA TV. Great 90 minutes. Great to see you there. Here with David Aldridge, the incredulous DH. Steve Smith. I'm Matt Weiner. But wait, there's more. Right over there across the room, Seth Davis, Stu Jackson, and Alabama head coach Avery Johnson have joined us to help decipher what we saw Thursday night at the draft. We will start right at the top because that just makes sense. No surprise here. As expected, the 76ers took LSU power forward Ben Simmons first overall. The Aussie beginning a first round full of international players. In his lone season in Baton Rouge, Simmons averaged 17 points, nearly 12 boards, and nearly 5 assists a game. He is 6'10" with playmaking skills and has drawn comparisons to the likes of LeBron James. That's not me talking, that's others talking. Number 2 also went according to projections, with the Lakers coming off the worst season in franchise history, taking Duke's rail-thin forward Brandon Ingram. The ACC Freshman of the Year is a pure scorer who put up 17 points on 44% shooting. He shot 41% from three-point range. Then things got interesting. Boston went with Jaylen Brown from Cal at 3, throwing off a ton of mock drafts. Phoenix took Croatian stretch four Dragan Bender. Providence point guard Chris Dunn fell to the Timberwolves at number 5. National Player of the Year Buddy Hield is off to New Orleans. Kentucky sharpshooter Jamal Murray went to Denver. Marquise Chris from Washington was picked by Sacramento. He's headed to Phoenix in a trade. More on that in a bit. Utah postman Jakob Poeltl landed in Toronto at number 9. And a huge surprise, a 7-foot surprise, in fact, the Bucks took international man of mystery Thon Maker with the 10th overall pick. And then, guys, at number 11, some real movement. The Magic took Gonzaga's Domantas Sabonis and sent him to Oklahoma City in an eye-opening trade headlined by Serge Ibaka going to Orlando and Victor Oladipo and Ersan Ilyasova going to Oklahoma City as well. And guys, you can't help but view any move involving the Thunder through the prism of Kevin Durant's future. Sure. With free agency coming up here in the next few weeks.
No doubt about it, and they know that. And they know that Serge Ibaka has been a big part of that team for several years, a major piece of their really good run the last few years. But the bottom line is that Serge Ibaka, at this point of his career, wants to be a more focal point of the offense. And it's understandable, now, especially with Steven Adams coming on as fast as he came on the last year and a half, Serge Ibaka was now the 4th option on that team. And he wanted to go someplace where he would get some more opportunities to play and score. And he gets that chance in Orlando. The chance that the fact that he was a free agent after next season, probably going to get a max or near max deal with the cap going to Pluto in 2018. They weren't going to be able to re-sign him. You can't have 3 max guys on the roster. So they thought, let's do something now, get something for him before we lose him. They wind up getting Oladipo, who I'm very familiar with. He went to my high school, and he's a really solid, high-character guy. Ilyasova has been a very consistent shooting power forward for many years in this league, and Sabonis has a lot of potential, maybe even to the point where he might be their new starting power forward in a couple of years. So they got 3 pieces all under their control, none of whom are over 25. Oladipo and Sabonis are under 25. So 2 more pieces that are young that can grow with their core group. And, Orlando gets a chance for a couple of things. Ibaka comes in, a proven guy, help him at the defensive end. He's a scoring option. But also, they drafted Mario Zonia last year. It was no secret. Oladipo did not like coming off the bench last year. He was not happy with that. And so now Zonia, starter. He will be the starter going forward. You get a chance to really look at him.
Yeah, same with DA. I mean, he hit all the points. I just look at right now is best for both organizations. Obviously, the Thunder, things don't work out if Kevin Durant doesn't stay.
That's right.
Sure, the whole thing falls apart.
All things falls apart. But I think Serge gets a chance, to go to Orlando, and obviously you see the Thunder. You still have Enes Kanter, who make big money coming off the bench. You got to find a way now.
That's right.
To let him play and start, whether it works out or not. You got to give him that opportunity. You weren't going to pay like DA said. Ennis, Steven Adams, and Serge having 3 bigs. I think now you have a chance to see young Sabonis, maybe Mitch McGary get some more playing time. You see some younger guys. You still have Nick Collison if they keep him around as that vet. But Steven Adams, like DA said, has come on so fast. And I think offensively, we always knew he was big, he could rebound and eat space. But I think right now is a guy that can play offense, can make some shots, and you can throw it down to him, and he's more comfortable. So I think it was a good move for both.
And Oladipo gives Oklahoma City all kinds of guard depth that they really haven't had over the last couple of years. You can play him either position.
Score.
For Orlando, the Magic's Brain Trust addressed the trade from their point of view.
In Serge's case, he's entering the prime of his career, and he can protect the rim, and he can rebound, and he can stretch the floor. So we feel like he's a really good fit. I don't know what you'd have to add to that, Coach. But.
Yeah, well, the defense that we played in Indiana. That we hope to bring that mindset here to Orlando is predicated on having a guy like Serge Ibaka, that can protect the rim and be an elite shot blocker. And the direction that the NBA is going, defensive versatility is huge. So when you have a guy that can not only protect the rim at the highest level, but also has the skill set to switch out and guard smaller guards in today's small ball NBA. He becomes extremely valuable to what we're hoping to do on the defensive end.
All right, gentlemen, Stu and Avery. So the consensus from the grown-ups table was that both teams made out equally fine. Do you see one team getting the better end of this deal over the other?
I like the way both teams went in terms of the direction and meeting their needs. And I think in Orlando's case, they're getting a guy in Ibaka that improves their front court. I mean, you heard Coach Vogel mention it. They're getting a guy with versatility in terms of being able to not only protect the rim, but in today's NBA, really defend out on the perimeter. I also like the fact that Ibaka, now with Vucevic in the hole at the center spot, gives them a pair of front court players that truly do fit. Both offensively and defensively. Vucevic isn't as swift of foot as Ibaka, so, Ibaka can cover for him. They're together as a tandem. They're a great rebounding tandem. So they've definitely upgraded their front court in a way, and not giving up a whole lot, with the two players.
Oklahoma City loses Serge Ibaka, but they gained Domantas Sabonis. He's not going to be as good, certainly on the defensive end, but he's a very serviceable front court guy who can step in. I can certainly see him playing alongside Steven Adams because he can step away a little bit.
Yeah, very serviceable, can make the outside shot. I think this is more about Victor Oladipo, somebody that can come in, step into their starting lineup, be more of an offensive threat than Roberson. And also, this is about when you're up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals, and you get stuck and stagnant offensively with Durant and Westbrook, who's the other guy that can generate some offense? That's what Victor Oladipo can do for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He can put pressure on the defense. He can put pressure on Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, especially when Durant and Westbrook is struggling on the offensive end.
You give up the 3-1 lead to the Golden State Warriors, what do? You get smaller, you get quicker, you get guys who can play in space. Victor Oladipo can certainly do that.